recording. All right, why don't I call the meeting to order at 10:03. Any additions or deletions to the agenda?
Nope.
Nope. All right, why don't I go ahead and just let Edgeworks in, and we'll jump right into their update.
Mark, do you want me to take notes until the time I have to leave?
Yeah, if you could, that would be great.
Sure. And then if
And
someone wants to
I'll
jump
take
in
over.
after that, okay.
Yeah,
I'll make
take
a
over
copy
then.
of the agenda and just put notes in there for now.
Okay, sounds good. Good
Morning,
morning.
everyone.
How you doing?
Pretty well. I'm here for Cindy because she's teaching a class in the other room, and it was scheduled.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Gonna let you just jump in with an update for us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I looked at the draft agenda, and one of the items was to review the mock-ups, but I think that was last meeting, and we're into coding.
Yeah, I think this agenda was just copied.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
it was a little bit confusing. So good. So actually, I think the best thing to do is actually, if I can share my screen, I can give you a sense of what we're doing on the coding side of things.
You have ability to share.
Let's see, I want the screen, share that. Okay, so here we have the development site. You'll see, obviously, we're not quite there. We don't have, we're working right now today, actually, on getting the navigation to work. But essentially what we've done is we've started filling out some of the pages. We have between the different sections, if we go from, say, the district site over to Dover, or International Baccalaureate, I believe we had we're going to be doing a different color, right? But we haven't yet implemented that. I'm not actually the person, I'm not the person on coding this project. So Adam is working with Cindy on this one. But in any case, to give you a sense
I don't think International Baccalaureate was a separate tab up there. It was just district and then the two schools. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
It wasn't separate.
No,
It was not, right? Yeah, just under Dover.
okay, one second. Let me make that a note for Adam. Let's see. You're right. It goes district Dover, Wardsboro.
Yeah.
Okay. Just going to take notes for Adam real quick. Okay. I think the easiest thing to do actually is to kind of just give you a sense of where we're at by going into the back end, and just giving a sense of the number of pages we've been working. So we have 31 pages, right? So we've started chipping away. And the pages that we've developed, we're grabbing content from the existing site. I will have let me just send this over in chat. So this is the development domain. You guys at this point are free at any point to go and just look for yourselves. Things, as we develop, I like to describe it as a bit of the Wild West, right? So it could be that you look at it and things look good, and then an hour later you look and things look broken, and that's because we are working on it directly here, right? Yeah, I mean, essentially, I'm not entirely sure what to tell you other than that we're moving forward. We've got a bunch of pages that we're working on the content. go and, this content is coming from the current site. So if you wanted to start taking a look at the written content, and either taking note of the changes you'd like, or creating drafts like in Google Docs that you can share with us or something like that, that would be a good thing to do at this point, because I think our next meeting is scheduled for a month from now, but we're going to be much closer to done by that time. So it'd be good between now and then if we could have another check-in just to get you guys rolling on actually contributing to the content part.
Yeah, I apologize, the phone rang for a minute, so I may have
That's
missed if you said this, but do you have a list of the content that you need from us?
Well, I mean, ultimately, you need to review all of the content, right? Because it's your messaging. And I can get with Adam and Cindy if there's anything, because like I say, I'm not the person on this project, but I can ask them to send a specific list if they have one. But I don't honestly, Matt, know the answer to that question off the top of my head.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna, you may be able to answer this and you may not be able to. We at one point had talked about putting a number of our registration and beginning of year forms online. I don't think we ever kind of finished that discussion as far as what we were going to be able to actually accomplish. I was wondering if you, or maybe that's Adam.
I don't know the answer to that. I do remember early on, we were talking about that, right? Are they currently, are they just PDFs? Or right now, are you sending home like a printed package that parents are filling out?
I know at Wardsboro this year we did do just the paper copy. I'm not sure what Dover did.
I don't know for sure what Dover did, but I'm pretty sure that it was just paper.
Okay, and so the idea would be to put it online, and then what would happen with that? So let's say I'm a parent of a new student, and I fill out all of the releases and waivers and meal plans and all that stuff, all that paperwork. Right now, that's basically what filed in the back office kind of thing.
Yeah, and then the information gets put into our PowerSchool system, so that it's accessed electronically too by the staff.
Okay.
So I guess the best of all scenarios would be if we could have it taken in a form and then exported in a format that could be imported into PowerSchool.
Correct.
Okay. Do we know, does PowerSchool provide that ability?
I want to mention this. We are going to be moving away from PowerSchool next school year.
Oh,
Let's not do that.
yes.
Okay.
Derek, are we going back to hammer and chisel, or?
No. We're moving to a program called Alma. I think it's Alma. Is that what it is? It's a lot easier to use.
Does that have this functionality built in already? So we don't need to build it into our website, or?
I couldn't tell you. I don't. We had like a short 30-minute presentation on it, and I guess once they install it and get it going, then everybody will get a chance to really look at it and see what it has.
Then
What is the name of the platform again?
Alma, ALMA.
Yeah, hey guys, Manchester Elementary Middle School does use it where my daughter is, so I've been a part of it on the outside for the last 2 years. And if I recall, I was directed to one of their websites, so they would send the link, and we were able just to do everything online. That at Wardsboro we did in paper.
Okay.
So that may be a very easy integration. But Derek, I don't want to overspeak because the IT world is not my expertise the way it is yours.
Oh no, I vaguely remember something about it, but like I said, it was like a short 30-minute presentation they gave us, and like it probably does have it or can be built in at some point.
So Chad, are they using Alma at MEMS or
Yes,
is it PowerSchool?
they are.
It is Alma.
They use
Okay.
Alma. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So it sounds like which school is that? I wonder if we can get a direct answer from someone who's dealt with that program, like whether or not Alma delivers the the
Email Peter Gorlick.
You're breaking up, Derek.
Oh, I start. We could talk to Peter Goldrick, our IT director. He's been the one that's been the head trying to like organize this whole project, switching everything over to Alma.
Okay, so it's probably worth following up with him with an email just to get some clarity on that. Absolute worst case is it's not automated, but we put the forms online for download, print, and filling in by hand and handing in. So but it sounds like you've already got a plan in place for the next year. So maybe it's a bit moot.
Derek, could you loop Peter into an email thread with Ed and us on that?
Yes, I'll answer for him. Sure.
Okay.
I can reach out to him and ask for that. Okay, and then the other thing that we're actually looking for is credentials and an account for the Google Drive, because while we have the written content or that we're moving written content over, what we don't have right now is everything that's stored in Google Drive. So we do need an account for the website so that we can start integrating that.
So you need an account for where we're going to be storing information, or you want access to what is currently there?
There should be a top level folder in Google Drive, which would represent all website content, right? And under that folder would be district, Dover, Wardsboro, and under there would be, I don't know how you want to organize it. That's up to you, right? But we need an account that has access at that top level for any document that's going to be shared publicly on the website. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. I can get you. Yeah. What about like if we just create like a shared folder? Would that be all right?
Well, we're using the Google Drive API, so it should be a account, right? With access to that shared folder, and it should have read and write privileges. Although we don't do any automated writing, or maybe it doesn't need write privilege. Trying to think. Maybe read only is enough. I'll check with Adam on that, but yes, we need a Gmail account tied to Drive.
All right, and I think I already sent you guys that information. I'll have to look through everything again.
Oh, that was like, okay. Actually, now that you say that, Derek, I think maybe we did this like 7 months ago or something. Like
a while ago.
Okay, I'll look through my email for that. But that's kind of where we are. I mean, it's not much of a show and tell. You know, we're starting on the content we've got. You know, the basic structure, the navigation will be coming in the next day or two. And once we get Google Drive connected, then we're really going to be able to start fleshing out the meat and potato, you know, get some meat on the bones here. And I think you have the URLs you can, you know, check in at any point, but I think you're going to see in the next few weeks that progress really starts to steamroll. And we're going to, I think we had talked about a release in either December or January, and we're going to be good for that.
Does anybody have any questions for Ed? All right, I have one on, I'm guessing since he didn't give you anything, there were some updates that we had asked to be made to the
Yes,
Wardsboro logo and the Dover logo.
Yep. My understanding is she misunderstood what you had said about the teacher providing the logo, and she didn't realize she was getting just a sketch that she then had to turn into an asset. But it is on her short-term radar, and I expect you'll see those updates. She can send them out, you know, very soon. But I don't have anything for you today on that.
Okay, that's the River Valley's logo. The Wardsboro logo, we had asked her to reduce the number of STEAM items in the paw,
okay.
and then the Dover logo. Derek had sent you guys the updated link to the IB official logos, which have changed since we created our current one. So we need to update our current logo to match with the IB's newest logos.
Okay. She hadn't given me anything along those lines. We talked this morning about she had mentioned the logo for RVUSD, but she didn't mention the other two.
All right.
But I'll check.
Just that would be appreciated.
Okay. Mark, do you have a cold?
I don't think so.
No.
I may.
Okay.
Why? Do I sound like it?
No, I'm sorry. Your eyes look like maybe you're not feeling well.
Oh, tired, exhausted.
Is that what? Yeah. Okay. We're in the same club.
That's what it is.
Okay. Just worried about you, buddy.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So if there are no other questions, we think we can let you go.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll reach out again. You know, I know our next meeting is a month from now, but I think we're probably going to be having some communication between now and then to keep things rolling.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
And if Adam or you can provide just kind of even if it's not a extensive list, but some idea of what content we need to develop for you all, so we can start doing that.
Yep. And I have a meeting scheduled with Adam at the end of the week, so I will go over that with him, and then we'll get something to you early next week.
Awesome. Great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
See you soon. Okay.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
I was trying to catch Ed because I thought as I looked down the agenda and we have a proposed next meeting, the time frame of a month from now is spot on, but that also puts us on Thanksgiving Day Thursday. It's written as 11/24.
Yeah, that probably isn't going to work well. What's the week before that?
17th.
Does that work for people?
Looks good for me right now.
Yeah, I think that would be fine. And if that's the case, do we need a placeholder or, a small checkup meeting with Cynthia beforehand? And as I say that, I'm just heading towards Jacksonville, so it's likely that I'm going to lose service and miss out on the rest of our conversation.
I cannot do 10 o'clock on the 17th. I already have something scheduled. I can do either 9 or 10:30.
9 works better for me, but I don't want to be the deciding factor.
Derek,
I'm okay with
Chad,
that as well.
I won't be able to
No problem
be here
for
by
me.
9 just with traffic and everything lately. That's the only thing. I might be like 15 minutes late.
Want to do 9:30?
True.
okay, let's do 9:30 on 11/17. Thank you, Chad, for pointing that out. All right, what else do we have? So we talked some about the logos. We dealt with the board responses at the last meeting. There were no updated proofs or color palettes. That's all handled. The mock-ups were already approved. Future agenda items. Does anybody have anything that we should put on it for the next meeting? I guess we lost Chad. We can always add stuff to the agenda if you think of anything.
Yeah, I mean, I just would like to see more content, but I guess that's kind of on our own to check out between now and the next meeting.
So I mean, they sent us a link. I wasn't sure if it went to everybody, so I sent it in the chat. I'll send it out in an email also.
Okay,
So we can kind of just watch what they're doing. And in the follow-up email that I send them after every meeting, I'll remind them to send us a list of what content, because we're gonna have to start developing content.
I agree.
So definitely want to get going on that. At some point, I think we're going to need to probably work on either having somebody within the system start taking some photos, updated photos of things, or we may need to start thinking about hiring somebody to come in and do some photos. So if we're talking about a December or January launch, I guess 17th isn't that far. Why don't we put that on the agenda for the 17th when we hopefully have a better idea of the content that they need from us, and then we can figure out whether we need to go that far to have the graphic content.
I feel pretty comfortable with where we are as far as photos. We've got plenty.
Okay. I think the one place that we may want are the facility photos, the kind of the quote unquote virtual tour, which is really just going to be a whole bunch of photos of our buildings.
Yeah, and yeah, actually we need some updated ones since the building has been painted. So
that might be worthwhile looking into. I've been working with a photographer out of Brattleboro for the EMS Academy. I can ask her what kind of pricing it would cost to come in and do that for us. Good morning, Matt.
thank you.
Good morning, guys. I'm sorry I'm late.
Okay, you got to miss, and I don't have a watch on today. You got to miss the meeting because I think we're almost finished.
Are you almost done? Sorry about
And
that.
Tammy has to go. It's okay. I can fill you in.
Okay, I'll wait around. Yeah.
So, anything else or? All right, so I'm going to call a meeting at 10:27.